Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how I made this keyboard, the way that you can see the letters are glowing, the way I cut it out from this base here. The letters, just cut it out so that you can make the letters glow just like a light inside, because these are tiny letters. There's no way you can cut them one by one, but I'm gonna show you one easy way to cut it out so that your letters can glow from behind, and you can also change the color of the letters separately and do whatever you want with it. In the previous tutorial I showed you how I made this power button here, how to be able to create a very nice circle in a product, which is different from trying to create a power button on its own. But when you're creating it on a ready-made product, is a little bit you can't just draw a perfect circle or whatever and just drop it there. You have to integrate it into the products, and sometimes we have a lot of complicated models, and making a circle in a chord based model become very difficult. So check out the video on how I made this one. I'll put the link in the description. But today we're gonna be focusing on how to create this glowing text on this keyboard. I'm gonna show you how to do that. So let's get into Maya. So in Maya here, this is what we're gonna be working on. This is the laptop I made. You can also, if you want to walk along with me, you can download this laptop on my website. I'll put the link video as well and in the description below, so you can download it if you want to follow this, or you can use yours. So what we need to do is I'm not gonna be showing you how I made this, how I modeled this keyboard. Is a simple boxes. You can, of course, you can do that. Okay, you can see these are simple boxes. I just rounded the edges, bevel them, just like that. And after modeling them, I deleted the back faces here, and then I have as well UV'd it. So because for you to make this work, you have to apply UV. You have to make the UV work. Okay, you have to let the UV out. All right, so the first thing we're gonna be doing here is we have to duplicate this keyboard into two. Okay, so let's call this one maybe keyboard, let's say keyboard black. Okay, which will be the base of the keyboard, the material of the keyboard. All right, and then let's duplicate it again and call this one keyboard glow, letter glow. Okay, so let's letter glow. All right, so let's see now. First of all, let I select this one, just press Ctrl H to hide it, and let's work on this one first. Now another thing you need to do is, after laying out the UV, you need to go into Photoshop and type all this the letters you want to use on the keyboard. You have to type them out, just normal typing ABC, like that, and make it like this. And then you have to make it into two. You have to make another one like this. So one is in white, one is in reverse. Okay, so we're gonna be using these two. So next, let's go back to Maya here. So what we need to do now is, let's go to the hypershade. So let's keep this thing aside here. So we need to create a material for the black. So what we need to do now is, let's go to my favorite. I have this AI surface, standard surface. Let's rename it to keyboard black. keyboard, let's say black, right? And for the settings here, there's not really much we can do. Just make it black. Let's not something like this. And for the roughness, because it's a matte finish, so let's increase the roughness here a little bit, like so, maybe 0.7. Now we need to apply it to this one. And if we try to render this one, let me see my lights, just turn on my lights in here. And I'm going to reduce my render settings just for the test render. Okay, so we can keep these things moving faster. I'm gonna reduce this one as well. All right, so if we try to render it, see, nothing much. Okay, so let's close that, and we're gonna change the color to be a little bit more dark. So but for now, let's use this. And then the next thing we need to do is we need to go back to the hypershade, and now we are gonna use one of the materials that we made, this one right here. Okay, so what we need to do now is we're gonna create let's go to a 2D textures here, and we will create a file. Now this file, we are going to plug in one of those textures that we made, which is this not this one, this one, right? No, we're gonna use this one, and then we will, for this to work, you need to get the art color of this file, and you're gonna plug it to the material, to the opacity right here. Once that connection is made, let's try to render again to see what happens. You can see we are seeing the black color, but actually what is going on here is the letters has been cut. It's just that under this keyboard there's no light. That's where we are seeing this black here. So what we need to do is I made a let me bring out these two, and we are gonna hide the rest of the laptop. We're gonna hide them so that we have only this keyboard here. Okay, so let's try to render again. You can see the letters is now taking the background of the color of the background behind this keyboard. So what I did is to show you what is going on here. I made a ramp. I'm just gonna unhide it. It's just a piece of geometry, like so. So I want to put it behind this keyboard so you can see how the letters now taking the color. We can see through the letters and see the ramp below. So let's do that and see. Let's render. You can see how the letters are now showing through, and we can see the keyboard, the ramp. You can see it's a ramp from blue. So even if you want to make a colored keyboard or whatever you want, you can do it. All you need is just to cut out all these ones here, and then you can put it behind behind the keyboard, and you can see your letters will have different colors. And if you want to make something artistic, but that's not what we are doing today. So let's close that. Now what we need to do is, I'm gonna hide this again. So what we need to do now is we're gonna unhide the other one we did. I will just unhide it. So we go back to our surface shader here, our hypershade, sorry. We're gonna create another material, the same material, AI standard surface, and this one we will call it keyboard glow. And then we will create another material. Where is it? Another file material. Then we will now connect with the other, which is the black one, this one. So we will now connect it here. Now what we need to do is the same thing. We're gonna take the out color and connect it to the opacity here, right here. And once that connection is made, so what we need to do now is we select the keyboard glow, the letter glow, and then we will assign this material to it, like so. Now let's try to render it and see what happens. So you find out that this one, let's render, actually what we can do is let's render only the glow to see what happened, right? Now we only have the white glow, which is the letters. So let's see how that looks. Let me enable my, okay, let's see how this glow. Okay, you can see that it's almost like nothing is happening. The reason is because the material that we used on this one is almost the same color with the background. For example, if I have to hide the background color, the floor, let's hide it, Ctrl H, and then we try to render. You can see now that my what you see here is the image based lighting that I'm using. Now you can see that my letters are all cut out on their own. Okay, so one thing we can even do is, instead of using we can still use anode material, but what we can do is we can make it glow a little bit. Okay, so to make the letters glow, we can come to emission, and then we can increase this quite a bit, like so. And then let's try to render again to see if there's any difference. Let's give it a minute. I can see some of the letters, they are coming out, but it's a little bit difficult to see. So what we can do now is let's bring back the keyboard black to make it a lot more easier to see. I just unhide it, shift H to unhide. Now you can see the letters are coming out here. So let me show you one thing we can, if you really want this to glow more, let's try to make the material for this keyboard, let's increase the make it more, a little bit darker. So what we can do is here, we come here and let's make it completely black. And then for this one, we can increase the glow intensity here, like so. And maybe change the color. Let's try something like neon green or something like that to see how it looks. You can see the green is glowing behind. You see that color is coming out. Okay, so if you really want it very, very shiny glow, or want to increase it so much, another thing we can do is, instead of using this anode material, you can use Maya's surface shader, but we are not going to be using that. We just keep this Maya material. This anode material is better for us. So what we can do is, let's change the color back to white. Let's go to emission. Where is it? Right there. And just make it white, like so. And you can increase the intensity here. Let's say like this one, make it, okay, let's try that again. See, our letters are coming out a lot better now. You can see it's looking like your real keyboard with the glow on it. Okay, I think I like the way it's looking. It's coming out. Very nice, you can see. So what we can do now is, let's bring back the whole laptop, which is this one right here. Shift 8 to bring it back, and then we can increase our render settings, and then we can shoot a final render. So let's do that. So here I'm gonna make it a little bit like 5, and this one I will increase it to 4, and this one is 4, and I think that's all I need to do. Let's just maybe do this one 3, and what else? This one is fine. So what we need to do now is, let's shoot a final render. I'm just gonna set it to start rendering, and then I will pause the video, and I will be back when the render is complete. So let's get that going. You can see the whole thing is coming out very nicely. I like the way it's looking, just like the real keyboard that has the glow. Okay, so I'm gonna pause the video while this completes the render, and then I'll be back when the render is finished. Okay, so the render has finished, and this is how it looks. You can see how our texts are looking very nice and glowy. This is how you make it in Maya. So thank you for watching this video, and please don't forget to subscribe if you're getting more information here. I'm gonna be releasing more videos in the days ahead. So please subscribe and hit the notification bell. It helps us to grow this channel. And if you have any question, please don't forget to ask in the comments section below, and I will endeavor to answer all of them. I read every comment. And if you need any request for any anything you want me to do in Maya, sorry, please let me know, and I will try to do that as well. Thank you again for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.